Hi, I'm Kafri, and this channel is about hula hooping. In this video, I will be explaining to you the easiest way to get your first hula hoop without additional costs or special effort in research through the professional hoops shop and hoop suppliers. You can make it on your own. The beginner's hoop I'm going to show you today will be made out of the PE pipe, which serves normally for the flow of cold water. You can get it in any department store in your area easily. The pipe that we will be using today is 25 millimeters in diameter. And for the connector, we will use a smaller one, which fits perfectly inside. This is very important because if you want to maintain the round shape of your hula hoop, the connector has to fit exactly super tightly inside your pipe. So, first thing we will begin with is to measure the length of tube you need to prepare your hula hoop. How to do it? It's quite simple. For the beginners, I recommend always to measure the height when you place the hoop in front of you from the ground so that it reaches more or less to your belly button. If your body is a plus size type, you might want to add some centimeters. If you're taller, then you might want to grab a bigger hoop. Even if it reaches up to your chest, it's totally okay. So we are taking the measuring tape and we will check the height from the ground up to your belly button. The measures that I've taken, 105 centimeters, means that I need around 330 centimeters length of my pipe. So we're gonna take the pipe and measure this length right now. So I have marked the exact length that I need. Now I'm going to use a special pipe cutter and cut the exact amount that I require for my hula hoop. You want the pipe to be cut as straight as possible. If you combine it with the connector and you see that it has a lot of gaps, you can always adjust the cut with this type of knife. Okay? By cutting off little pieces, you will make it straight. Okay? I'm using the smaller dimension tube, the pipe which is 20 millimeters which has 20 millimeters in diameter, and I'm going to cut a connector. You can use different types of connectors. If you don't have the second size or if it doesn't match to the principal pipe, then you can try using a wooden stick which fits perfectly inside. You can use the professional connectors made from the HDPE tubing in the future, okay? Or use any piece of pipe that you have, or it can be even a piece of aluminum pipe, so anything that serves and that fits perfectly and matches the inner dimension of your tubing. Usually for the connector, you need just a small piece of pipe, like this professional HDPE connector. It has more or less 10 to 12 centimeters. Yeah, 11 exactly. But in my case, I'm going to use a little more, as this tube is more flexible than the HDPE. So I will be using today 15 centimeters for my connector. I'm cutting it off from the smaller tube, cutting off more or less the 15 centimeter piece. Next step will be placing our connector inside the tube of the hula hoop, riveting it and then placing it in the other end and riveting it on the other side, okay? So I'm putting it inside the tube. It fits really tight, so it's the perfect match for a connector for this hoop, okay? Riveting the hoop requires 2 steps. First, we need to prepare the hole for the rivet, and then place it in and secure it with the riveter. So, I'm starting with this driller to prepare a hole for the rivet. You want to place the rivet on the outer surface of your hoop so that it doesn't disturb you while spinning. You are going through the first layer of your tube and your connector. You don't want to go through the whole pipe. Next step, I'm taking the rivet, placing it inside the hole, and I will be using the riveter to lock it and secure. First rivet is ready, so I'm already unable to take out the connector. Now I'm going to connect the hoop and place the second one inside. So I'm repeating the same story. I'm drilling a hole in the first layer, not going through the whole tubing. I'm placing the rivet and closing it with the riveter. Our hoop is closed and locked securely. Depending on your personal preferences and style, you might want to add some shine to it with these glittery, shiny tapes. I'm also using, for a better grip, Pro Gaff tape, which is also found by a name Gaffer tape. To add some more color with a solid tape that for sure is not going to break easily, I'm using a duct tape, which also comes with super fancy patterns on it. If you want to maintain the budget option, you can use the simple electrical tape. Okay, let me show you now how to tape your hula hoop. The first thing you want to do, if you use the rivet connector, you want to secure or cover the rivets with a layer of the electrical tape so that your taping is smooth and nice and easy afterwards. Opening the tape, placing it close to the rivets and giving it few spins around. I'm cutting the tape and the hoop is prepared to be taped. So what I will do now, I will put the first layer of the shiny tape, as this is the less resilient from all the 3 I've taken, and I'm gonna place it in the angle that will provide the space for the other tapes to match afterwards. So I'm placing it just next to the connector point. This is how I like to start to tape my hoops. Okay, I'm checking if the position is right to fit the other tapes in. As you can see, if I place the green one, I still have some space for the pink one. So I will continue with the silver tape all the way around my hoop. By every spin, every roll, I'm pushing it with my pointing finger so that no air goes underneath and no air bubbles are created, and so that the space is the same all around the hoop. After finishing the first layer, I'm placing the second and the third one. That's it. Our hoop is ready. Okay, let's do a fast troubleshooting just to solve your problems. What can you do if you don't have all these tools that I've presented in this video? I would say use your imagination. You know, you have to cut the plastic tube, which you can do also with a saw or maybe with a kitchen knife, maybe a little heated kitchen knife. Take care, don't harm yourself, but you know, you can cut the pipe with something else than the professional pipe cutters, okay? The rivets, you can replace them with the flat head pins, like, you know, the corkscrew, the cork board pins that you use with the middle head, and then you just cover them with the electrical tape or maybe short nails that don't go through the whole pipe but just go through the first layer and they stay inside, and then you cover them with the electrical tape. Okay, what can you do without these tapes that I've presented in this video? You can use anything that will provide you grip. So even the pharmacy band-aid cotton tape, like, you know, the white ones, if you just place them on the inner surface of your hoop or tape it all around like I did in this video. Maybe you have other forms of decorations, maybe you have some other tapes, maybe you at the moment cannot allow to buy the super fancy tapes from hoop suppliers. Use your imagination. You need a grip and maybe you want it to look a little colorful. Okay, and the last question is, if you are not sure about the sizing of your hula hoop, what can you do? I send you to the description below, because there you can find 2 videos. One is about how to choose your first hula hoop, which might be helpful. It's like a guide that I've grabbed for beginners to choose their first hula hoop. And then there is another video called Hula Hooping Styles, which explain you how to match a hula hoop to a specific style of hula hooping that you are interested in. That's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that you will be waiting for the next video, which will show up next Tuesday. Don't forget to write me a comment if you have any hesitation or doubts about this topic. It might be helpful for the others. You know, find me in the social media, leave some sign of your presence here, click the like button if you like this video, or maybe share it if you find it valuable for other people. Okay, and yeah, see you soon.